5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sync. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the TTV BrickFeed Podcast. My name is Jonathan.
I'm Vardaran.
I'm Meso.
I'm Prpl.
And I'm Tenebrae Invictus.
And welcome to episode 26 of the BrickFeed Podcast.
Wow. Mardi Gras.
Prpl, okay, listen, Ben's not here. You do not need to pick up his slack.
Can we at least have common decency? If you've got to say Mardi Gras, fine, I understand. It's habitual.
Right.
Let's do it. At least say it after the last person
Mardi
in the
Gras.
name order. Like, you know.
Yeah, once the name order, once I say this is episode whatever number
Mardi
it is,
Gras.
then you can Mardi Gras to your heart's
Why do we
content.
need
Even though you
rules?
shouldn't, because it doesn't make sense.
Mardi Gras cannot be chained down.
I mean, it really should be.
I mean, yeah,
Nah, you guys are full of it, man. I think Mardi Gras is fun.
I just want people to
So-
hear the names, that's all.
right. Speaking of hearing stuff, this episode is brought to you by the TTV Message Boards and also our Patreon. I'll be hearing about more of those later on the episode.
Yay! Why are we always brought to you by the message boards when that's us? Hey guys, this episode's brought to you
Patrons
by
also
us. Of course, no crap,
mean,
it's brought to you
yeah,
by
I mean,
us.
like, okay,
We're sitting here
used
recording
Vessel.
it.
Vessel was also brought to you by us. Like, it was our content we were advertising on
No,
Vessel.
Vessel is a completely different platform that we did not run. Obviously, we had our content on the Vessel
The
platform,
TTV
but it was
Message
the
Boards
early
is a
access.
completely different platform. We
No,
do
it
happen to
isn't.
run
It's us. It's our
Yeah, but it's not-
platform.
It is our platform. I'm just saying
I
it's
don't know,
Vessel's
completely
I think
not our
different
platform.
than what
pretty
people are
nice.
listening to
Vessel's
right
dead.
now.
Who cares?
Aw.
This doesn't have anything to do with Lego, Kahi,
bum.
so could you, John, can you get back on track?
Little Johnny.
I can get back on track. Actually, one thing I wanted to talk to you a bit, Var, because I actually found out something kind of
wanna
interesting
talk to
recently. That's okay. You have to anyways. It's your job. So you have a Lego store that's pretty close to you.
Maybe I don't want a job. No, I don't. I refuse to acknowledge that I have a Lego store close to me.
Come on, work with me.
What?
You're not gonna.
Anyway, yes, there is a Lego store literally like
How
3
close
minutes
is it
away.
to you?
3 minutes away.
3 minutes away.
Yeah, I could probably walk
I am
there. Except I
so
have to walk
far
on the highway.
removed from a Lego store. Guess how far the closest Lego store is to me.
100 miles.
The closest Lego store to me is Var's Lego store. That's the
Oh,
closest
are
Lego
you
store.
serious?
Yeah, like literally, for me to go to the closest Lego store, I would have to go and visit you.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
Sounds
So
like
that's
a
when I
nice
figured
funny
out,
trip.
like, I was looking up Lego stores the other day, and I was like, wait a second, this is where Var lives. That's the closest option I have to get stats. So, there you go.
There's not
That's
a Lego
awesome.
store in Virginia anywhere?
There is, it's just farther away from where I am than where you
How
are.
is it further away? You're like in northern Virginia.
That's what it told me.
But you're in the northern part of Virginia. You would have to travel all the way south through Virginia and then into the middle of North Carolina to get to my Lego store. If there is
Right.
one in Virginia, surely it's closer to you than mine.
It should be. I looked at the map, the
looking
closest
this
one that
up
came
right
up
now.
was yours. So,
That's insanity.
Well,
I think
that's
you're
just
full of it.
unfortunate.
it is pretty unfortunate.
By the way, it's pretty awesome living in
I think it's
in
worse
Lego
for
Oh,
store.
I
me
bet.
because like I don't have any Lego store anywhere close to me. Like,
Yeah, the closest
Yeah.
one for me is like 3 or 4 hours away.
Well, it used to be like the one closest to me used to be about like 4 or 5 hours away.
Here's why
Illinois.
a
This
Lego
one's
store is
closer.
awesome. Because, I mean, when we were, like, younger, we used to fantasize about Lego stores, thinking they were, like, this great and impressive, like, awesome thing where you can get exclusive sets or get sets early. In reality, the Lego stores usually get their sets, like, later than most things, to be honest. Like,
yeah.
freaking Barnes & Noble got the Bionicle sets before their Lego store did. But, here's the thing. Here's why Lego stores are awesome. VIP points start to actually matter.
Yeah.
Man,
I can
that's
definitely
awesome.
understand that.
It's like utilizing the VIP function only through the Lego Shop at Home website. You can do it, but it's not advantageous for you because you have to like deal with Shop at Home shipping, and that's really the downside to it. Because like the shipping is so slow for
It
such
really is.
for such a minor like advantage, like a little bit of VIP points that you can use to buy other sets. Cool.
It's not even
It's
worth
not
it.
worth that shipping. No, it's
No.
not. Especially when you can get that set on Amazon for the same price and get it to you in 2 days versus like 2 weeks.
Can't confirm. Shipping is absurd.
It's ridiculous.
No, honestly, I bought Bionicle sets from the Lego store, and I honestly wish I hadn't done that just because of how long it took. It would be easier if I got them from Amazon. And that was the thing that LJ did too. He bought for the reviews, he bought them from Lego, and they came. And I bought mine from Amazon this year, and mine came in. I ordered them after he did, and they came in like in 2 days. And like it took him like a week and a half, and he was reviewing them. So
yeah,
kind of sucks.
Trying to get them on a timely manner from the Lego like shop at home is just awful. But when you live 3 minutes away from a Lego store and you just walk in, and get whatever you want, and walk right out, and you get VIP points for it. Woo, boy, is it great!
I'm gonna paste you a thing. I don't know if I don't know if this should go on the things, but just so you guys privately can get a sense of where I'm at and where the Lego store is. The one in the middle is where I am, and then the one at bottom is where Vars is, and the other one is closer to like DC.
Oh, look at that! Yeah. I thought you were further up north than you are.
Nope.
Okay, never mind then. Well, there you go. Well, actually, yeah, I guess you are closer to me. That is in fact my Lego store. So
yep,
that's crazy.
I know it's such a weird concept, honestly. That that's how far away I am from Lego store. I'm far enough from VAR. And I felt like I haven't lived next to VAR ever, so.
Well, there you go.
On the news docket this week, we have several things coming out. One thing is that the Lego Minecraft ReBrick Contest launched. Did I say ReBrick?
I gotta give a lot of
ReBrick?
credit to ReBrick. They're doing a lot of contests nowadays. I remember for years, it was like, what does ReBrick even do? What's the purpose of this? And now this year, it's just been contest after contest, back and forth. Just, they're going at it.
Yeah, I know, right? You think with like all these contests that they'd actually be able to put up the entries and like the winners of these contests on their website without any problems, and yet here we are today. I don't know if the Makuta winners have actually been posted yet, but
oh wow.
There's some featured entries. One of the featured entries is a winner. Several, actually, 2 of them are winners.
Yeah, I mean, I see my mock up there, but like
either way, it took them a while.
Yeah, but like these aren't the winners though. These are just featured entries. Where are the winners? I don't think they ever actually listed the winners.
Well, I'm still kind of not clear as to what ReBrick is supposed to be. I feel like it's supposed
platform.
Well, here's what Lego should have. I feel like they're going for with ReBrick is that they want to create an alternative to Brickshelf and Flickr and mock pages by having their own centralized image hosting site where you can upload all the pictures of your own mocks and they can do what they want with them.
Makes sense.
That's what I would say that ReBrick should be marketing as. It's like, hey, this is the place to show all your mocks and stuff, instead of like, I don't really know what it does right now, honestly. Like, it used to be a thing where you would share links, and now I don't know if you can just do that anymore. I'm on the page right now, and it's not giving me like any easy way to upload things. I think you have to only do it through contests nowadays. So we remember, like, if you remember, I discovered ReBrick back when we were on BZ Power, and we did that loop around, to get our stuff on YouTube and also on BZ Power.
Yeah.
Because you could link links on BZ Power that were under Lego. And we just put our YouTube stuff under there.
Good. Yeah, some context for the non-BZP people. They had outlawed the linking to YouTube at the time. Yeah. So when we moved to YouTube as a platform, we used ReBrick as a way to subvert that, because we could link to ReBrick, which then in turn linked to YouTube. That was kind of a way to get around the rules. That got the podcast up on YouTube, because at that point we were very naive and we had no idea what BioTube was, and we felt like the only place Bionicle fans met was on BZ Power, and we're like, if we can't get it to anyone, then we might as well not do this podcast.
Those were the days.
But once we realized that we could do that, we were like, all right, time to move to YouTube.
Exactly, and that's where we are today. But yeah, basically, I find it interesting now that they've kind of changed how ReBrick works. I don't know how how does image hosting service, how well that works? If they can attach ads to that, if they can monetize that in some way.
It just feels like one they never had a clear vision for, and now they're actually doing stuff with it, which I applaud them for.
I mean, the difference between the monetization, though, Kahi, is that is that they don't really need to monetize ReBrick so long as it's all in the same Lego atmosphere. So, it's basically just a way to get people to come back to Lego.com, which is where their store is and where you can buy toys from them and their products.
Oh, I feel like they should be able, if they were able to rebrand ReBrick as being a solution to mock pages, or a solution to Flickr or other sites that I feel don't do image hosting very well. For instance, Flickr, I actually hate Flickr when it comes to image hosting. Because it looks nice from a portfolio way, but it's so hard to share direct images.
Yeah, sharing images is really annoying in Flickr, and you have to go through hoops, and it's because like they're trying to protect like the actual like artwork that people are putting up there. They don't want people to just be able to copy and paste it and steal it. But it's still
honestly, it's part of the thing too is also that like they also want to prevent people from just hosting their images on there and not going to the actual site, because if you just direct link to someone, you can't get ads or anything like that. But yet, I mean, the convenience of Imgur has become like, I feel, one of the direct places to share artwork in terms of albums. The only problem is that like it's harder to get stuff that isn't like memes or like random stuff on Imgur up to the front page. Sometimes Lego stuff does go through and it goes really viral.
Like
we found like the Star Destroyer. The Bionicle meme craze did that. There was the Star Destroyer. There was the Life of a Grad Student that went viral on Imgur as well. But really, there's not like Lego should make it easier to, if they want to do this, if this is kind of the vision they have for this solution, make it easier to upload, make it easier to deep link,
basically just make it usable, because like right now it's hard to get things on it. It's also really difficult to load up the freaking pages.
Oh, and the server strain. That's why
so
Meso
slow.
We didn't enter in our entries for the Makuta contest.
Yep.
Because the servers just wouldn't work with this that last day. And we kept trying, and I thought I submitted mine, and I guess it didn't go through. And at that point, there's nothing I could do. Also wasn't worth it. Like, it wasn't worth like debating or emailing people being like, hey, my crappy mock didn't get entered in.
Speaking of that contest, to branch back to what I was mentioning earlier, just wanted to point out that the Makuta Challenge page, they still have yet to actually upload all the winners. In fact, most of the winners listed right now are only bonus prize winners, and I think only 3 of the tier 1 winners are actually featured here.
That's very, very interesting. That's right.
I know, I'm happy because I'm like promptly featured. I'm the first thing you see, but like, there's a lot of like really like blank boxes that say tier 1 and there's just nothing there.
Bionicle, man. Even in death.
It's like the formatting of the pictures are all squished and stuff, and it's just like, okay.
Yeah, the resizing thing, there should be a way to like, if your thing is on like the front page, there should be a way for you to like select what part of your image is going to be featured there, or like make that presentable. Like give us the option to make the mocks presentable on your page. I feel like that's a, and it's harder to say, hey, implement this feature and then actually do it. But
that's
if ReBrick's going to want to become a thing, that's what they're going to have to do.
All right.
But yeah, anyhow, there we go. There's a new contest in ReBrick, so check that out.
Are you guys going to enter?
Nah.
I wonder if like, could they use ReBrick for like artwork of stuff? Like if they said, hey, do Bionicle artwork. Like Var and Prpl, you guys have done really great Bionicle artwork. Var, especially with your Umarak. Prpl with your whatever you do.
I'd love there to be an artwork contest because I totally kick Prpl's butt. So
no, you wouldn't.
I mean, honestly speaking, there's so many great artists within the Bionicle community that go kind of unnoticed. It's such a great way for Lego to do an additional contest around like story, and they just instead they're like, take a picture of his trash can and win a.
It's interesting you mentioned that. I mean, it does. Wow. Okay. Never mind. I was about to say it makes more sense to not do that because, like, with a mock contest, they can directly promote their product because all the winners are being made using pieces that they obviously bought from them.
It's like free advertising,
right? But then you mentioned the trash can thing, and I'm like, oh yeah, they did do that, huh? So that kind of
they just wanted social
point.
media presence, and then it's like, yeah, okay.
Well, yeah, in that case, it should have just been art. I don't know why they didn't
buy stuff, but like at some point they're like, hey, we can use this thing to kind of create a contest and do all this stuff, and instead they opted to like what if they literally could have just done copy and paste a Bionicle mask onto a meme and send us your best one. It would have worked way better.
Yeah, exactly. That whole contest was a disaster from start to finish.
Yeah. But, so I don't know. It's definitely interesting. I guess I just don't really quite have a grasp on how many artists there actually are in the Bionicle community. Which, by the way, there are quite a lot of them.
We should all tweet out our art to like their Twitters and stuff or something.
Great way to go about things. Flood people's Twitters with art.
Yeah.
That's gonna make them sympathetic to your cause.
If we know anything, it's that protesting by flooding people's feed is definitely the way to get something done.
Yes.
That always works and has never backfired or been ineffective ever in the history of mankind.
Brought Ninjago back.
I was about to say, I worked for Ninjago.
Speaking of Ninjago.
Well, that doesn't make what I'm saying untrue. Speaking of Ninjago, thank you. The Day of the Departed special aired in the US and the UK, I believe. And we did a coverage of it, and it's up on our channel, and you can go check that out for our opinions.
I wasn't there for that, and I didn't listen to it. Were you guys aware that it was only meant to be one episode special?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were aware.
I was not aware of that. So I went in thinking like this is the first episode of a new season, and it was all wrapped up in one big thing, and I'm like,
oh my gosh.
Oh, that must be disappointing.
Yeah, I was
you weren't on the coverage. Do you have any opinions? Because we were all, me, Meso, and Prpl were on. Invi, you were not, but LJ. I don't think you watched it. Oh yeah, LJ was the additional person. But Var, you're the only one here that watched it that wasn't part of that, so.
I mean, it was okay. It was fun. You could tell it was rushed to all heck, though. Like, it was really bizarre because it's like I said, I was expecting this to be a whole season, and it ended in one big thing, and it felt like it was all one big thing too. Like it was a whole season just pushed into one episode, and it also feels like it was literally just a bunch of recycled ideas.
Yeah,
like that was the whole premise. Filler. Yeah, it was very filler-y. There was no new villain. Everything was recycled. All the villains, all the assets, everything was all recycled.
Do you think like Tommy Anderson ever goes like, you know what? I don't want to hear more stuff from those stupid guys always complaining about stuff. I mean, you ever feel he's like,
didn't mind it.
He gets flooded on Twitter with like all these compliments. So like, what's wrong with criticism?
Honestly,
I didn't think it was a terrible episode at all. But yeah, there are some things in it that like I just feel could have been worked.
Well, I mean, it's clear that it was sort of an afterthought. I think that's very apparent, but I feel like what they were able to give us with what they had to work with was relatively decent. Like, for instance, when it first came out, and like, I think Meso and Prpl were the first people to see it, you guys were kind of posting about your opinions and stuff in the chat, and like, Meso's first reaction was, it's not good. So, like, when I went to go watch it, I was expecting it to be really terrible, but I mean, it wasn't to me. I thought it was still fine.
I feel like the
still very
first half
passable.
was good, but I do feel like it fell apart in the second half. When they had cutting between all 6 of the ninja fighting their villains.
Yeah, and I it's also really hard to forgive the fact that the ninja literally forgot that Cole existed for like half the entire show.
Yeah, that's another thing too, because like it's one thing if Cole had been slowly disappearing over the course of the last season, but from what I've heard, to be fair, I haven't caught up with Skybound, but that isn't the thing. Like that just started happening.
I feel like this is the kind of like the radical thing that most people probably won't agree with, and it would never happen because it's a set line, toy line first. But I feel that Day of the Departed would have been better if the villains returning hadn't been a thing. The villains shouldn't have come back. Because I feel like that was to drive the sets. It was to give the ninja something to fight. But I feel like there's a story that could have been told here dealing with themes like being forgotten in death, drive for ambition, the whole thing with Yang and Cole.
I was about to say, Yang was actually kind of interesting and could have been a compelling character if they played up that angle a bit more.
They could have given...
Well, yeah, they had to split screen time, really. That's like, I don't think like the villains coming back was a bad idea.
I feel like they could have done Return of the Villains. But if they were constrained to a special, it should have been dealing with Cole being slowly forgotten by his friends, which would play upon Yang's desire to not be forgotten by people. And they would have had that kind of dueling ideology kind of a thing where Cole's friendship could transcend his own death, and it would have been less about Cole as a ghost doing stupid stuff that ghosts shouldn't be able to do, and more about the concept of being a ghost, drifting away, and being
additionally
forgotten by people.
Like, why is it ever explained why Cole just happens to be drifting away?
No.
I mean, that's literally a random plot point they brought in. I mean, here's the thing:
Yang is still around, and he was cursed by the same thing, right? You know, that was like the same. They're in the same house.
They're like, and he's fading again.
I thought that like, oh, Cole is disappearing because he's been away from the house too long, and he needs to be in the house because of like whatever magic. Like that's never even said.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I expect that, except he starts to fade away permanently when he's on the roof of the house. So I'm like, I don't get that. I don't know why, like, I mean, that would make sense because, like, all the other ghosts can't leave the house, so it's probably because they end up fading away too, and Cole's now starting to do that unless he sticks with the house.
I mean,
that would make a better plot point as to, like, why, I mean, it would give him a better reason to be at the house than, like, I'm going to kill you, Master Yang.
I don't quite remember the exact specifics of it, but I mean, it could be, maybe it's like Yang sort of leeching off Cole's life force or something like that, like, bringing him back to life by, like, taking away...
He's Emperor Palpatining it.
Yeah, sort of. Like, he's sort of like... Or, I guess, sort of Tom Riddling it, really.
I do like the idea
we just
of, like,
watched Chamber of Secrets the other day, so it's like...
I do wish that, like, Lifejitzu had been expounded on a little more. I feel like that's...
but I also feel like that's kind of cheesy. Like, what would you even do? Just live forever? Or what?
I mean, well, here's the thing. We know that there is some form of... I keep saying Lifejitzu just because it's, you know, kind of... But there is some form of Lifejitzu because the first Ninjago... Wait, is it
Spinjitzu?
Spinjitzu. The first Spinjitzu master did create the world. He's kind of God. And then then he had Wu and Garmadon, and then I guess he didn't. But that is something that someone could do, and that Yang was trying to do. He was trying to create life and make himself live forever. Apparently, whoever the first Spinjitzu master, he lived thousands of years because Ninjago is thousands of years old, and he's Wu's dad. So unless Wu is also thousands of years old and Garmadon as well, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we know it's possible, and I think that's what makes it all the more tragic. It's not like no one could ever do it, just Yang couldn't. Mm-hmm. And that kind of turned him into and completely cursed him forever.
Yeah. Did you think Lloyd could do it if he's related to everyone else?
I mean, he's the grandson of God. So maybe.
Yeah.
Good way to put it.
I feel like there was a lot of interesting stuff with the Day of the Departed, and it didn't get to be told in the way it needed to be because it had to be made into a wave of sets. Mm-hmm. And while we're on that point, we always talk about, Skybound sets were cool because they depicted moments in the story, and Tournament of Elements, I remember we mentioned in a previous podcast, had some sets that didn't actually take place in the story. Let's take a quick look at the Day of the Departed sets, now that we've actually seen the story. And
all right, let's see that.
I think it's an interesting thing. I'm going to link the brick set page that has all the different sets that got released. Not all that many, because they had to split the wave with those 3 Skybound sets for some reason, the Lighthouse and Lloyd's Dragon. But you remember that epic scene where Ronin's mech fought against the skeletons and Neo was there, just hanging around with Ronin?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah, because, they're dating now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's my OTP. No joke.
Or do you remember the Ultra Stealth Raider going up against Shin's mech? And Cole was there in his human form, not a ghost, just hanging around.
I totally remember
while
that.
Yang was also there, fighting them alongside Shin.
Is that Zane driving the Batmobile? The Titanium Ninja Tumbler. That is. Yep. He's driving the Batmobile, and he's fighting a Death Joker.
Oh, yeah, the Titanium Tumbler.
Titanium.
Or better yet, the Rock Rotor, where Cole had his glowing orange hands that he got, but he's also driving a vehicle fighting the Stone Army while the little purple ninja kid was there with him. That was my favorite scene from the show.
The purple ninja.
Great.
Well, actually, no. I think my favorite was the part where they were fighting in what's her name's cave.
Nia's cave. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Samurai
X. And the Stone Army was there, and the Ninjroid was there, and Pythor was there.
Pythor is just.
It's really incredible how much they were able to fit in this one special here.
Oh.
Yeah. So basically the point I'm getting at through all this veiled sarcasm is every single one of these sets, besides the Titanium Ninja Tumbler, and even that technically, but at least it is Zane versus the Ninjroids, is a lie. None of it happened in the story. They basically had to pull it and transform it into sets. They're very cool sets, but none of them are accurate to how they're depicted in the show. Some more so than others, like Ronin's mech is basically accurate except for the presence of Nia, so I can't fault it too much. Zane's thing is pretty accurate, but the others 3 have no relevance to anything whatsoever, so you can really tell this wave was a stretch. And considering their limitations, I do think they did an okay job. They gotta have credit given to them where credit is due. I can't imagine it's easy to make a wave out of this.
I'm gonna get that salvaged mech. Is it out yet?
Yep, it's out.
It's out. I'm probably gonna get that because it has my new favorite character,
Ronin.
Ronin.
Yeah,
who is
Ronin
he's the best,
cool.
honestly. Every time I've seen him on screen, he's like, that's exactly what I would do. Hey, you got any money? And he's like, no. All right, well, see ya, Kai.
Oh yeah,
so dying.
So I didn't do my homework for Day of the Departed like I was supposed to. I didn't catch up on Ninjago in time. I was still on the Ghost Saga with Moro.
Wait, what episode of that?
It doesn't matter. I don't care about spoilers. So did they end on good terms with Moro?
I mean, yeah.
It's sort of, yeah.
Okay, because it was kind of confusing because I knew him as this bad guy villain person when where I was, but then in this he's helping everybody out. But the weird thing is that the ninja are still acting like he's evil. So I can't tell
Wu who he ended on good terms with.
Well, I mean, even Wu was shocked that he was there and was ready to fight him when he arrived. So I was kind of confused.
It was the kind of thing I was hoping we would get caught up with Possession in time, but I don't think anybody actually did who was watching it. But spoilers, the thing that happened with Moro is Do you want to know what happened specifically? Since
yeah.
Okay. They were fighting the Preeminent, the big boss. Moro, they defeated the Preeminent, they sunk it into the ocean. And
that totally makes sense.
It started grabbing all the ghosts and dragging them down with it. And Moro was one of the ones who was getting slowly pulled under the water. And Wu tried to save him because he was his student or whatever. And then the last thing Moro said was like, you can only save someone who wants to be saved. Goodbye,
edgy.
Sensei. Very edgy quote. And then he tossed him the Realm Crystal, which is an important artifact that I don't think we got to in the story.
Interesting.
But he never went through a redemptive arc. He didn't go through a character arc to change his ways. He just kind of accepted his death. But now in this special, he's just a good guy, I guess.
Okay.
It was not expounded upon whatsoever. And the coverage you mentioned this, Hamura was only there as a plot point. They didn't actually give him a character arc. And they kept him secret in the marketing, and he's in none of the sets. So he does not have a reason to be in this special. He was just put there to deliver exposition that he shouldn't know. So that was a questionable...
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff that characters shouldn't know. Like, I don't know how Yang knows that, like, the one person must be there because he's never used the Eclipse in this way before, I don't believe.
Nope.
You know? So, I don't know. Like, there's no point where everyone would have left and he's like, one person does have to stay. I don't know how he knows that.
I gotta give credit to Tommy Anderson. He's been answering a lot of stuff on Twitter, a lot of the dumb questions people have, and some of the stuff he said, Cole's glowing orange hands will be a plot point in the next season. How he was able to do that.
So Cole is Iron Fist. That's what I'm getting from this.
Yeah. Well, so long as they're like gonna still touch upon it, then I'm not as bothered by it, but it would also depend on like what they do with it.
Of course.
So, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. Alright, well that's
are all the ninja
coverage.
gonna have like super glowy fists, or is it just Cole?
I'm sick of that True Potential stuff. I'm done with it.
That's mostly like, I'll go through some of this news really quick because it's just kind of stuff I kind of want to notice. There is a Lego Factory Ideas set. I posted the link down there. Basically, Swear was talking last week about having like a modular Lego factory, and I guess someone has kind of already done that. So if you're kind of interested in that idea, you can go see it. It's not modular in the sense that it will connect to the other modular buildings, but it is a cool little building, you know, depicting what goes on in the Lego factory. So I thought it was worth talking about, or at least mentioning. We also have Lego City 2017 set pictures that were dropped, and BrickSet has them up on their website. Now, the interesting thing for me is that just looks like more city sets. I'm sorry, I don't like
It really is though. Like the police station actually looks kind of neat, but like everything else. I
don't hate City, and City definitely has a place with people that like City. I just like things that look more distinct and unique. You know, for me, the City modular buildings are like pristine; they're amazing. But we get a new police station like every year. I feel. You know, it's like, okay, cool. Like we do. How many times can we get a police station? And it just, you know, and there's a bank that you can break in and rob because electronic banking doesn't exist in the Lego world, I guess. And there's also a high-speed chase. And it's just, you know, the high-speed chase I feel is the most original out of all of them to come kind of recently. I don't know if that's been around all too much. That concept of having a police car and a helicopter and a getaway car. That is a cool set for like kids if you're wanting to do, you know, play around with a play set. But otherwise, more of the same. It's an ATM set.
Yeah,
it's just an ATM and like a little dune buggy that a mall cop is driving around, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, so if you are into City, totally go check those out. I don't mean to like, you know, to rain in your parade if you really like that stuff. I'm just ignorant. I don't understand the appeal. So,
Var, you were looking to get into City. Do any of these sets inspire anything in you? Any desire to buy them?
Well, I wouldn't know because I don't know what they look like.
There's a link right there.
It only just showed up.
Oh, wow.
It's been posted for like
it's in the
I like that height set. That was pretty cool.
Listen, Vark, I guess he just gets away with this kind of thing, you know.
I'm just listen. It literally only just updated. There's a link now, but there was no link there a second ago. Anyway,
there was a link like a half hour ago.
We did a news compilation at the start of the thing.
Yeah, well, that means I have to scroll up, and when you put me on when you're planning on putting me on the spot like that, then at least read
fair,
link it.
Meso, yeah, you did kind of put him on the spot. But to be fair, VAR, just click. You can just check the pinned messages, and it will appear.
I don't know how to get there.
Scroll up.
There's a pin button at the top.
Whoa!
Whoa!
This
I've
is
never
pinned messages.
seen this before.
It's
Please
pretty
tell me you're
sad.
kidding.
Every episode, I pin all the links so that you can just access it
pin.
without having to scroll up.
You gotta back away from the microphone, man. You're killing me.
Sorry.
Yelling
I'm sorry.
at the-
You're killing me.
I can't
Anyway.
wait for the
All right,
Lego
let me
City
pull it
Police Station. I'm gonna
All right,
put
I guess
all
Oh,
my
wow, I've never
minifigures.
seen these pinned messages before.
All these red and blue pins in the System Police Station.
Thank
It's
you
pretty
on
bad.
picking on my audio quality in order to divert away from
No,
the fact that
I
you know, a
wasn't.
core feature
I didn't mean
of this
to.
program.
Anyway, now, I did not realize that the pinned messages were a thing. This is the first time I've seen this since
Oh my
the months
gosh.
that we've used this.
I don't use
This
them
is
either.
very-
It's okay.
This is very, very useful. I don't care about
Thank you.
these sets at all. The police station is neat, I guess, but it's a police station, so.
Very
All right,
nice.
awesome. Glad we're all on the same page now.
Awesome.
One thing, there's a book, fan book, out by Christoph Bartnek called The Complete Lego Minifigure Catalog from 1975 to 2015, which spans, I believe, 40 years. If I do my math. I'm gonna step away from that. Pretend that didn't happen. Let's backpedal this.
Wrath.
If I've done my math right, which I hope I have done because I'm Asian,
You haven't done your
40
English
years
yet.
of complete Lego minifigures collected in this book. And it goes through like different prices and everything you need in order to collect everything. It's a fan book, so it's not official, but it is a pretty big, complete hardcover of all Lego minifigures. I think we should probably get a copy of this for like, if we have a studio, for someone to
say so.
have if they're researching stuff. I feel like it might be a really valuable resource for us. I don't know for you guys if you're like really into collecting minifigures, but I am, really all about that.
Not a big
The one thing I
minifigure
have
guy,
to say-
but
One thing I have to say, I do like minifigures a lot, especially superhero ones. The inside of the book, the graphic design is alright. It does have really nice photos of all the sets, but I just feel like there's something missing from how the design is that would really benefit this product.
It
You
looks
know?
very boring.
Yeah, it honestly kind of does. But that being said, it is also meant to be a collector's handbook. It's not meant to be an engaging, like, interactive dictionary,
True.
like some of the other minifigure books that have been released by Lego, I think through DK.
I love this comment, and it really goes to show the warring ideologies between, like, the different people nowadays. Might be a bit of an odd comment, but do we need a book? Could there not be a site such as this that could simply provide any pictures and its members can provide and be updated daily? Can I press a button to look at all 728 minifigs now? I can kind of understand.
Here's the thing. I mean, like, looking through the sample that they have of some of the pages in the book, going through all of that, I kind of do understand that point because there's nothing in this book that, like, necessarily, like, there's no articles about certain minifigures or something, or about, like, the price that they've gone through, stuff that, like,
it's literally just the pictures.
fits a book.
And I can
So
understand,
possibly-
he even calls attention the difference between professional quality photography and amateur photography, which, fair enough, that does matter, but I don't know, it just seems like, I just love that comment, do we need a book for this?
It is $69 too, so it's something that you could be like, maybe it's not.
Ouch.
But it is, I mean, some people do like hardcover stuff. There you go, if you're interested in that kind of thing. Alright, last thing I want to talk about, before we kind of wrap up here. There was kind of a snafu that happened. Is that how you say it?
Oh, what?
Snafu,
I've
yeah.
never actually said it. Okay, cool. There's a snafu that happened on Matthew Ashton's Twitter. Matthew Ashton is the design vice president at Lego, and he tweeted the other day that there would be a Lego Batman trailer dropping this Wednesday. And I'm like, that's perfect. It's right in time for the BrickFeed podcast. We can watch a trailer. We can get to it. Turns out that was a false alarm. And like, it was a thing that, like, for whatever reason, he said it, and it was like a memo passed around Lego, because a lot of the Warner Brothers Twitters and like Lego Twitters came out with that, and then they subsequently went back and said, nope, that's not happening. And they didn't give another date. So that's a little weird that happened. Normally, like, it wasn't like the trailer was leaked. It was officially meant to come out today, and for whatever reason, they decided to push it back. I don't know if anyone has any speculation on what that would be. Is there any, like, Comic-Cons that are coming up that would be, like, more...
Not Lego related ones that I can think of.
I mean, it could have just honestly just been a mistake and they just got the date wrong.
Yeah.
Possibly, but
Yeah.
I do, like, there's a Wonder Woman trailer also coming out sometime soon as well. And it leads me to think that what if Warner Brothers is trying to capitalize on Doctor Strange coming out and, like, mitigate the release of that by interjecting some DC stuff, and that's why they're delaying some of the trailer. Complete conspiracy, like kind of, I don't have any basis for that, but it is interesting that this is the week that Doctor Strange is coming out. It actually comes out, I'm watching it tomorrow, here in the US. And then we're getting both a Wonder Woman trailer and a Batman trailer. And it's also weird too that like the Batman trailer was scheduled, and then when it's like, oh, sorry, wrong date. It was like, oh, sorry, that's not supposed to come out, you know? Usually it's like, if it's a wrong date, they will say, oh, sorry, it's not coming Wednesday, it's coming this day. It's specifically like, we don't know when it'll come out, it will just be soon.
Right.
That's pretty weird.
So it feels like a last minute pull, and I don't know if it has anything to do with marketing or timing or what.
Yeah, that's
Do you
really
think the
weird.
trailer's ready? Like they've already like finalized it? Because like the last statement in the tweet is like, "Fear not, folks, it's in its way." So I don't know.
Possibly,
sounds
and
like
it
it's
could also
not
be
done.
like, well, the thing is that the movie does come out in like what, 3 months, maybe 4.
Yeah.
It's November 2nd,
wow.
so and it comes out in February, so it's very close to release. I would say
Probably should be
that
done.
any trailers or promotional media should be about done by now.
Yeah.
So let me check the official release day for that movie. So
It could
I
be
know what I'm talking
that
about.
maybe Wonder Woman does have something to do with it, because it could be the fact that like
February.
they already know that it's a Lego movie, 2, it's a Batman movie. So
Yeah.
like it's kind of an easy sell. It's going to succeed regardless of how they promote the movie. So maybe they're thinking like there might be a bit of a gamble here. So like the Wonder Woman movie is the one that everybody's not sure about, right? Lego Batman, everyone's sure about. It's gonna be great.
I just thought of something. There is another, they might have delayed it in order to attach it to a movie coming out in 2 weeks, which is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yeah.
Which is also produced by Warner Brothers.
That is very likely, actually.
Right, which is it might have been likely that at the last second they decided, let's push Wonder Woman forward. Actually, I don't know when the Wonder Woman trailer is supposed to come out or when it was announced to come out, but like they could have switched that around and been like, we're gonna save Lego Batman for Fantastic Beasts because those audiences might overlap more.
Yeah, I know. I think that's a very good theory. That sounds pretty likely to me.
Let me see. Yeah, it's actually just a couple hours ago that Wonder Woman the trailer is going to drop tomorrow. They just announced that on the Wonder Woman film Twitter
Website?
account. Let me see. When was this? Yeah, just 7 hours ago. Gal Gadot was also tweeting about it too. So it is after this whole thing of Batman happened. That might have been what's it. So now that makes me a little worried. Think about it this way. They were like, we have 2 trailers we can release for Fantastic Beasts. One is the Wonder Woman, the next entry into the DC Comics Extended Universe, or Expanded Universe, whatever they're calling it, DCEU. Or we can do Lego Batman. And there was a point where someone said, uh-oh, I think Lego Batman's the better fit than Wonder Woman. What does that say about Wonder Woman? I don't know. All DC movies have been bad up until this point. Sorry, DC fans. But face reality, they've been bad. Lego Batman's the only one I'm certain is going to be good. But I was certain Suicide Squad is going to be good, so, you know.
No, don't jinx it, please.
No, I mean, it's the same people that did the Lego movie, right?
Yeah.
As far as I know, yes, it is the exact same people.
So, sorry about that.
Well, it was about to be a good movie, and then you predicted it. Now everything's just going downhill.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
all the acting
4
suddenly
months
been
through, they're
refilmed.
like, oh, let's delete everything now. Suicide Squad was bad, now we have to live up to that. That's a
Get
tone
hyped
going
for the
forward.
extended edition.
Oh my god. I didn't even
Will
see
they
the
actually?
original.
Do you
I'm
think
already
that could be like a
disappointed.
marketing thing where it's like, stay tuned for the Lego Batman movie extended edition
I'm sure.
that actually fixes the movie afterwards instead of letting you see an actual finished movie on screen like a normal movie should?
Yeah.
Other than that, I think that's the end of our news docket. Anyone have anything to say before I go into sponsors or like
Not really.
any topic of discussion? Anyone buy any new Lego sets this
Nah,
past week or
dude.
so?
Nope.
Dude, I've been like so swamped with school.
Yeah,
And,
like
like-
I have
Yeah.
honestly, I've thought very little about Lego in the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, there's been a
Yeah.
lot of like work going on. I had a lot of projects that kind of went south, and then I have to buy clothes for winters, and so my budget for Lego has been like kind of pushed aside.
Yeah, it's been a tough couple of weeks for Lego. So at least from my perspective of being a Lego fan, it's been pretty tough to actually go out and buy Lego for me.
For me, I'm just in
So-
that point of view, like, I want next year to get here already. 2016 has not been good to me, Lego-wise, mainly because
2016 has been.
Mixels.
It's been a kind of a rough year, honestly. Like,
want it to
there's a Reddit subreddit that's devoted to how crappy 2016 has been turning out.
Oh wow.
You know,
Yeah, I just want some fresh stuff.
A lot of people died.
A lot of people die every year.
The next week, we record the podcast. Next week, we'll know who won the election.
Oh,
that's
boy.
also like that's a thing that happened this year.
Man.
And then like
Dude,
all the people.
Dude, next week is my birthday.
Oh,
dang it!
Wow!
I can't wait to forget.
Yeah, I can't wait to forget. Well, just like knowing who the free leader of the world is, or leader of the free world is.
Well, my birthday's before elections, like the day before. So.
Oh, okay. I thought you actually meant it's a week from now. Don't say it's a week from now.
I said next week is my birthday, as in sometime next week.
Yeah, but I was talking
it's on
specifically
Monday,
about
November
the day
7th.
next week. All right. So on that day, instead of voting, just get Prpl a nice gift.
It's not even the voting
and don't
day.
Care.
Prpl, we're trying to record a podcast here.
You gotta work with me, kid. All right. I kind of ruined my presentation today. By the way, we stayed up. I am running on literally 2 hours of sleep.
Same.
Because we stayed up until 8 a.m, just roasting old art, and then I went to class from then until now. Like up until we recorded this podcast.
Join
I've been
the
going
club.
at it all day. It is 7:30.
Why would you do that? Why was it
Welcome
worth
to
it?
our club. Welcome
I had to finish my presentation, and then I had to
Welcome,
give a presentation today. And I might have failed it because instead of like focusing on working on my presentation, I instead just chilled with Prpl for like literally 8 hours straight.
Well, I mean,
Wow.
if
No,
you had
it
like
was
really
6 hours
important
straight.
work, why didn't you just like say so?
Well, because I didn't want to do it.
Oh my
I'm kind
God.
of blaming you, even though it's my fault. Kind of
Wow.
You're his,
Yeah, I know.
his excuse.
I'm the perfect kind of person to vote in this next election.
Sigh.
All right. Well, that was.
Thanks for viewing. Or listening to. If you are on Patreon, you're listening to this ahead of time. Good on you. You guys are the greatest. It's for $3 a month. You can totally get this
Why would
awesome
you
new
say
perk
that?
where you get an RSS feed and you listen to the podcast episodes beforehand. We are planning on adding new stuff too. We've taken a bunch of suggestions. We've written them down. We're going to talk about implementing them very, very soon. So if you check back on the Patreon page, you might see something new. We will be making a video about all the new stuff.
A ton
but again, that's
of
patreon.com.
suggestions.
I'm very, very tired. Okay, I have endured so much today. You do not realize. You know what? I don't know if I can deal with this anymore. I don't know if I can deal with you
Oh my
anymore.
God, don't.
All right?
Kahi, you're fine. Your English is perfect. Please continue.
Thank you, other Asian. Patreon.com/the TTV channel. Or actually, no. Sorry. My apologies.
Sorry.
Just TTV channel.
It
Straight
should
up.
totally have been the TTV channel.
Do you want to change it? I can change it.
Yeah, just for
Right, just
Okay,
reserve
consistency's sake.
both. Have it like redirect
Yeah.
or whatever.
I don't think you can do it for Patreon.
Well, I mean,
I
just
think-
post a link in the description saying, "Hey, go to this one." Like it's very
That is
bootleg, but then you don't have
true.
people posing as you.
Can you stop trying to be rational, please?
Yeah, no, I just want to yell at things and be
Yeah.
mad right now. Okay?
Seriously, we don't take kindly to your kind.
Yeah, and just like wallow in my speech impediment. That's all I want to do right now. If you want to talk more about the things we discussed today on the podcast, you can totally go to board.ttvchannel.com and discuss there. We have a great community for you guys to interact with.
If you're bored, go to the boards.
I get bored on the boards though.
Okay.
Great advertising.
Thanks for ruining.
Shut up!
Wow. I don't even know how to like. Where to go from there?
The
You know what
thing
I
is,
get
I'm not
bored
like
with?
a very social.
Do you know what I get
person.
bored with, Prpl? Donating to your own Patreon. I get bored doing that, and you should not go. You should
Donating to
immediately-
your own Patreon?
No, to hers.
What's
Yes.
this?
Mine. Hers. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye,
This has
guys.
been BrickFeed Podcast, episode 26. I'll see you next week. My name's Jonathan.
I'm Bar.
My name's Meso.
Oh, Prpl.
And my name's Tenebrae Invictus.
That was perfect. Thank you, guys. See you guys
No,
next
there's
week.
nothing perfect about that outro. You should feel
Right.
ashamed of yourself.
I am.